Dear students, welcome to this network analysis course lecture. Today we'll be talking about the circuit simulator. So in our syllabus, if you look at the outcome number 4, that is analyze any given circuits, public networks from syllabus using any EDA, that is electronic design tool like Multisim, PSIM, Halstad, Tinkercad, LTSpice, PSpice, etc. And based on this outcome, there is one tutorial number 7, that is analyze a given circuit using any EDA tools like Multisim, PSIM, Halstad, Tinkercad, VLTSpice or PSpice, etc. So this is going to be course activity. So one by one we'll discuss these tools. So in today's video, we'll try to understand about the Halstad. Parallelly, you might be learning the Multisim in ADC lab. So let us start with this one. So there will be 2 or 3 videos on this particular one. In today's video, I will just introduce you what is Falstad. So let us go to the browser, and in the browser you can type www.falstad.com circuits. Okay, what happened? Went right. No, dot add dot com. So So once you type that www.falstad.com/circuit, then this electronic circuit simulator will open like this, right? So this is basically an applet. You can see when the applet starts up, you will see an animated schematic of a simple LRC circuit. The green color indicates the positive voltage. The gray color indicates the ground. You can this is positive. This is ground side. A red color indicates negative voltage. The moving yellow dots indicate current, right? So this is showing that current is flowing there. So this is how this applet will open. So I'll write here name of that. So it is, you have to type www dot www dot falstad.com/circuit. So this is what you have to actually type in the browser. Okay. So now just let us have the introduction to this particular Falstad. It's very simple actually, but very powerful. So say for example, if you look at the menu, the first one is a file, right? So in file, if you click to the file, you will find new blank circuit, open file if it is already saved. And the beauty of this one is it does not require to download, number one. It does not require to download like other simulators or softwares, etc. Second one is it does not require any memory, right? Does not require any memory. It's an online kind of thing. Just open it, do the circuit simulation, and then save that circuit to your desktop or wherever it is possible, drive, and that's all. Then you can import from the text, you can import from Dropbox, you can save as. So all these options are there in the file. Like you can print also this circuit, whatever you will simulate. Then in edit, you will have undo, redo, cut, paste, copy, duplicate, and zoom in, zoom out. This is very important one, third one, draw. So here you will find all these particular components. Like say, if you want to draw the wire, then you have to add wire, then add resistor, Then passive components. So you this is library, we can say. It's in short library. So maybe next video when I will demonstrate any one of the circuit, in that case I will show you how to select these components. Under the passive components, you will find capacitor, then polarized capacitor, inductor, switch, push switch, SPDT, that is single point double throw switch, make before break switch, potentiometer, transformer, tapped transformer, transmission line also even, relay, memristor, spark gap, fuse, transformer, crystal, photo, resistor, thermistor. So many components are there, passive components. Then inputs and sources, you'll find ground, voltage source two terminal, AC voltage source two terminal, voltage source single terminal, AC voltage source single terminal, square wave source, means square wave also. Then clock, right? It is required in most of the digital circuits, microcontrollers, microprocessors. AC sweep, variable voltage, antenna. Antenna is also kind of source. Keep in mind input, right? Antenna. Then AM source, FM source. So when you study the analog communication, you'll find all these things: AM source, FM source, etc. Antenna you will find in antenna third year, right? Then current source, right? We need current source also many times. Like we use voltage source AC, DC, so current source also. Noise generator, right? Because in some of the communication circuits, noise generator is also required. Audio input, in case of your audio video engineering course, this audio input is also required. Then external voltage. So like this, all type of the means most of the type of the sources are available there. Then this is outputs and labels. So what are the options available? Analog output. So you are having analog output, LED, because LED is also output, right? Then lamp, text comes under labels, box comes under labels, line comes under labels, voltmeter, scope probe, ohm meter, labeled node, test point, ammeter, decimal display, data export, audio output, LED array, stop trigger, DC motor. See, output as output, DC motor also use as output, right? Now, watt meter. These are all outputs or labels we can use. Then components, active components. We have seen passive, now active components. Under active components, you'll find diode, Zener diode, transistor like bipolar NPN, bipolar PNP, MOSFET N channel, MOSFET P channel, JFET N channel, JFET P channel, SCR, silicon control rectifier, which you study in the third year power electronics. Right now, you're studying diode, transistor, MOSFET, etc. Diac, triac, all these things you'll study in the power electronics. Darlington pair of the transistor PNP, NPN, then varactor or varicap, tunnel diode, triode, unijunction transistor. So these components you study in different courses. Then active building blocks. In under active building blocks, you will find operation amplifier, right? So it is one of the linear IC you will study in the next semester. Operation amplifiers like 741, then OP07, etc. Then analog switch like SPST, SPDT, tri-state buffer, Smith trigger, right? Smith trigger inverting. Then many type of comparators you will find here. Then voltage control, dependent. We have discussed about the dependent sources right now. Then voltage control, voltage source, voltage control, current control, voltage source, current control, current source. So control sources you will find here. Then optocoupler, then sub circuit instant, then time delay. So lot of things are available here. Then if you look at the logic gates, input and output. Okay, so you have studying this in digital electronics. Here you'll find and logic, logic input, then logic output, inverter, NAND gate, NOR gate, AND gate, OR gate, XOR gate, etc. Then digital chips also are also available like D flip flop, JK flip flop, T flip flop. So all these flip flops you'll study in digital electronics, 7 segment LED, 7 segment decoder, multiplexer, demultiplexer. All these things you'll study in digital electronics. Then SIPO, shift register, that is serial input, parallel input, serial output, registers, counters, then ring counter, latch, sequence generator, adder, half adder, So static RAM, custom logic, all these things you'll find in the digital electronics. Then analog and hybrid chips, like analog means 555 timer IC. Then phase comparator, DAC, that's a digital to analog converter, analog to digital converter. Then VCO, voltage control oscillator, monostable multivibrator. All these particular analog ICs will find in the analog and hybrid chips. Then sub circuits by default you can have. Drag means you can drag means you can uh, drag the components, like suppose you want to drag the particular row or column or some selected portion or something like that. And then last one is select. Right now, so we'll see this usage during the circuit when we'll draw the circuit diagram. So now if you are seeing this particular this component library, you will come to know that you can simulate your circuits from network analysis. You can simulate the circuits from your electronics devices and circuits course. You can simulate the circuits from your digital electronics. Not only that, next semester operational amplifier, that is linear ICs. Then next year, third year, microcontrollers, microprocessors, then antenna, audio, video, and even power electronics. So many courses. Yeah, for so many courses, you can use this particular simulator, right? Then scopes, here you'll find different scopes, like maybe in one or two examples we'll see, right? Then options, here you can have the show current, show voltage, power, values, right? Suppose here it is tick mark only current, voltage, and values. So you can show power, means it will show the power also right now. So just your tick mark there. Then small grid and other things are there, right? So I think many things are you're not required for us, right? And the last one is very important one, like your draw, right? So circuits. So here you'll find ready-made circuits. Here using the draw, here you'll find library. So you have to take the components and you have to just pick and place and draw. But here in the circuits, you'll find different ready-made circuits. Like for example, in under basics, suppose you want to see the Ohm's law, then just you have to click on that. Okay, just you want to click on that, the circuit will appear on that screen, this black screen. Okay, now suppose you want to what you can say, you want to or you don't want to see the circuit. So what you can do, go to the circuits and then drag down here blank circuit. So if you click on blank circuit, then what will happen? See, so circuit is disappeared. So now you can either you can select from the circuits, ready-made circuits, or you can draw from the this library, right? So here, suppose if you go to the basics, Ohm's law, then you can see what is Ohm's law. You know, current is equal to voltage by resistance. So it will show one voltage source and two resistors connected in parallel, and then you can see as per the basics, the whichever resistance is having a small value, current maximum current flows through that, and whichever resistance is having higher value, very less current flows through that. So this speed of the dots, you can see these yellow dots. So here speed is higher than this one. It means that this current is more than this particular one. So visualization is also there. If I keep the cursor on this 100 ohm, you can see my cursor is on 100 ohm. If my cursor is on 100 ohm, then what I can see? I can see that how much current is flowing through this 100 ohm. So you can see right bottom, I is 50 milliampere, then voltage across this 100 ohm is 5 volt, and R value is 100 ohm, and the power dissipated by this resistor, that is I square R. I square is 50 square, right? 50 square and into R. So 50 square, it is milliampere. So 50 milliampere square into R, that is 100, comes to be 250 milliwatt. Similarly, if I keep the cursor on the 1 kilo ohm resistor, it will show how much current is flowing through 1 kilo ohm, that is 5 milliampere. Voltage across that is 5 volt because both resistors are in parallel. Resistance value is 1 kilo ohm, and then power, that is I square R, 5 milli square into R, that is 1 kilo ohm, that comes to 25 milliwatt. So likewise, you can see many other circuits here. Like here, you can see in basics. In basics, I can see different resistors, about resistors. You can see what is meaning of resistors. That many resistors, you can see 6 resistors are there or 5 resistors are there. They are connected in series or parallel. These 3 are connected in parallel. and these three are connected in parallel. Upper three you can see. Now this is open. So as it is open, the current is flowing through this 100 ohm and 800 ohm. 100 ohm is faster than the 800 because this value of the 800 is higher than 100. So maximum current will flow to the 100 and less current will flow to the 800. Now if I close this 400, just click on this one. So 400 will get close. It means now current will start flowing through 400 also, right? Okay, so these three are in parallel. Now you can see very current is flowing fast in 100 means maximum current is flowing to 100. Then little faster than the 800 in the 400. That means this is indication of the current. You can see, you can visualize this. Here the moment of the dots is yellow dots is fast. It means more current. Moment of the yellow dot is very slow. It means very less current. Likewise. Now if I suppose you can see here it's 600 ohm resistor. So if I connect here, the current will flow through the 600 and 200 as well as 200. Now if I suppose open this and if I open this also, then what will happen? No current will flow through circuit because you can see here the yellow dots are stopped here. That means no current is flowing through circuit because this lower line is completely open, right? Okay, so current cannot, if there is open circuit, current cannot flow through this one. Now suppose if I close this one, this is short circuit, there is no resistance, then what will happen here? How fast these electrons are moving, you can see on the lower side as compared to upper side. Suppose if I open this, then you'll find in the upper side where the 400 and 800 ohm resistor is there, current is flowing, current value is very low, we can say, but here it is little faster. But then because of this particular resistor, it is slow down. But if I connect this 100 ohm, now see the speed here. If I just open this, speed will be increase and again it will increase if I open this one. So you can understand the concept of resistance, opposition to the flow of current. Likewise, there is capacitor also, we can understand about capacitor, right? Charge and discharge we can say. So now if I suppose now this capacitor charge here right now with this battery, but suppose if I connect, now it is fully charged, so you can see it is stopped, right? Now you can see it is charged fully here. Now if I connect this this is short circuit. If I connect to this particular capacitor, oh sorry, oh sorry. So, now you can see the capacitor will now discharge right now, and when it will discharge, you can see the lower this graph. The capacitor is discharging, and when it completely discharge, again it will become zero. Voltage across capacitor will zero. Now, if I switch this particular switch to the battery, then the capacitor will start charging. So you can see the waveform also. Sorry, see here. Now start charging. So you see here at the lower side waveform, the green one is showing it is charging, right? This is a current voltage and this is current, right? Now it is fully charged. You can see it is fully charged. The moment I will change the switch, now it will discharge. You can see the lower side, green color waveform. It is going down, right, exponentially, right? So it is completely discharged. Now it will start charging. Start charging. You can see here, green one. So this is how you can understand the different concepts. So like resistor, inductor, capacitor, and so on and so forth. You can also understand inductor. So now inductor is charging. So when inductor is charging, current is increasing. You can see yellow is colored here, and the other green one is the voltage. So when it is charging, the voltage will drop down and current will increase. So inductor will store the energy in the form of current. The moment I'll change the switch, the inductor will discharge. That means current through inductor will decrease, and the voltage which was negative, it will go towards the zero value, right? So now inductor is completely discharged. So you can see the current has become zero. So you can again charge it. See here, waveform, that yellow waveform, it is increasing. Current is increasing through the inductor. So you can understand the charging and discharging of this particular capacitor, inductor. But in resistor, it will not charge or discharge, right now. So we have the LR circuit, voltage divider. So voltage divider. So how the voltage is getting divided, right now. So that also we can understand. Then we can understand about the potentiometer divider, Thevenin's theorem, Norton's theorem, which are there in our Unit number 2, then you can understand about AC circuits, capacitor, inductor with AC circuit, and series resonance, parallel resonance, and so on and so forth. Passive filters, there are different type of filters you can understand from this one: high pass, low pass, band pass, and so on and so forth. Then other passive circuits, there are so many passive circuits you can see listed here. All these are ready made, available there. The diode curve, Zener diode, and so many other circuits related to the diode. Rectifier, half wave rectifier, full wave rectifier. You can see half wave rectifier. So you can see the waveform and output waveform. So you are getting positive pulse during the positive half cycle at the output, and during the negative half cycle, output is zero. So you are getting the pulsating DC at the output. Similarly, if I go to the say for example full wave rectifier, then in full wave rectifier I will get this type of situation. You can see bridge rectifier. So whether your input is positive or negative, output will be always positive, right? A positive cycle, half cycle. That means it is here on the left side it is shown input, and on right side it is shown output, right? So output is always positive in case of the full wave rectifier. So likewise, you can see other circuits there. Operational amplifier. Just now I was told you that 741 OP07 ICs. You can see here these ICs are also mentioned here. So you can see 741 operational amplifier, and then different circuits, the integrator, differentiator, right? Peak detector, oscillator, amplifier using operational amplifier, and so many circuits. Then transistors, all type of transistors are there: NPN, PNP transistor, emitter follower, multivibrator, and so on and so forth. MOSFET, all MOSFET circuits are there. Then 555, timer 555, all circuits are there. Active filters, all are there. Logic families, your RTL, DTL, TTL, NMOS, CMOS, ECL, all families are there. Combinational logic, that means you are studying in digital, all are there. Exclusive OR, adder, half adder, full adder, and everything. Sequential logic, what you are studying, flip flops, counters, shift registers, and so many things you will be studying here. Analog and digital, all your flash ADCs, DACs, and all that you will be studying here. Power converters in the sixth semester, you will study this power electronics. There is buck converter, boost converter, buck boost converter, and so on and so forth. In PLL, phase lock loops, transmission lines, somewhere you study in third year, right? And then other missing devices like JFETs, tunnel diodes, and so on and so forth. So I think this will be a good opportunity for you people to learn about this particular what I can say about this particular circuit. So those who are having still doubts, they can run these circuits which are there in the circuits right now. Now you can see in this full bridge rectifier, now capacitor is connected across the load. So when capacitor is connected across the load, your output is not pulsating DC, but you can see how it is. It is just charge and then discharge, then discharge and discharge. So it is means ripples are removed. AC components are removed by this capacitor, that you can observe in the output voltage waveform. Your input is on the left side, output is on the right side. So hope it is clear to everyone. In the next video, we'll build one circuit using this particular library, and then we'll simulate it that.